Hello friends, welcome to all of you in today's discussion on data independence, which is a very important topic of database management system. And data independence is very important feature of centralized databases. The question arises why there is a need of data independence. To understand this, earlier in the past, we were using the legacy softwares. In the legacy softwares, we were maintaining our database using the file systems. And if in the file, if user is committing any changes in the structure, database structure, then the changes in the application programs was mandatory. For every change in the database structure in the file system, there was a need to change the application program again and again, which is a very bad programming practice. This drawback was overcome in centralized databases through the data independence properties. I hope now it's clear what is the purpose of data independence in the centralized database. Now, how to define the data independence? Data independence is the immunity of the application programs to change the database structure, storage medium, and access strategies. Means, if we are committing any changes in database structure or storage medium or access strategies, there is no need to change the application programs again and again in the centralized database. And that is the data independence properties. Now, to understand the data independence concept in a proper manner, first of all, we will have to understand the three-level architecture of the database system. Whenever we are working in any multi-user environment, and in the organizations, if there are multiple users, they are using multiple application programs, there is a centralized database, and there is a place where server where our data is stored physically in the machine form, that is stored on any storage medium, and the access strategy for accessing that data is also stored there. So we can explain the three-level architecture of the database in this way. One is external level, at the top level of abstraction, that is the user level or external level, where users are using their application programs. Then there is a logical level or conceptual level, where your database tables, relations are stored. Then there is a third level, that is the physical level or internal level, where your data is physically stored in the machine form on some storage medium, and along with that, access strategies, programs, algorithms are also there. Then data independence can be categorized into two categories. One is physical level data independence and logical level data independence. As I told you that there are three levels: external level or view level, then logical level or conceptual level, then internal level or physical level. And I told you that is the external or view level is the abstract layer, most abstract layer, and physical layer or internal layer is the least abstract layer. Now I am coming to the physical data independence. If you are committing any changes at the physical level, then there should not be an impact on logical level. Means there is no need to change logical level again and again if one is committing any changes at the internal level or physical level. What is the meaning of this? It means that if we are changing the storage medium as per the changing requirements, then automatically the access strategies will also be changed. For example, if earlier data was stored on the magnetic tape, then access strategy would be sequential. If we change the data storage medium, magnetic disk, then access strategy would be random. So if we are committing these type of changes at the internal level or physical level, then there should not be any change at the logical or conceptual level. This is the physical data independence. Now, logical data independence. If we are committing any changes at the logical level, then or conceptual level, then there should not be any change at the external or view level. What does it mean? It means that if we are adding or removing any column or attribute, if we are adding any integrity constraint or removing any integrity constraint in the database table, then there is no need to change the application program again and again. This is the logical data independence. Now, another concept is, and in the combined logical data independence and physical data independence in combined way is known as program data independence. Now, there is another concept is the operation data independence. If we are storing our data at the logical level in the form of objects, and we know that objects encapsulates in itself data along with its functionality. Now, if any application program is accessing the data in the form of object, always that will be accessed through an interface, and that interface is nothing but that is a signature, name of the function and arguments, and through that interface the data will be accessed. In that case, the operation part will be hidden. So if we are making any changes at the operational level, then there should not be an impact on the application programs. That is the operation data independence. In the combined way, program data independence and operation data independence is known as data abstraction. What is data abstraction? The program data independence and operation data independence in a combined way is known as data abstraction. Now, I have described about the data abstraction, three-level architecture of the database system. Then what is the data independence, what is the difference between the logical data independence and physical data independence, and what is the need of data independence in the centralized database. This was all about the data independence, and thank you very much.